is my reality. Oh, I am so not cut out for the influencer life. We are going to talk about hunger. So I really wanted to talk about the two different types of hunger that we can experience and why I think this is stopping you from reaching your goals and potentially being a roadblock to your success. Emotional, and one is your physical, which is your natural hunger response. Emotional can be known as the stress eating, boredom eating, why am I emotionally eating? It's this kind of mindlessness that happens, that goes on when we eat food that is usually our comfort food. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about emotional hunger. Physical hunger, in comparison, is our body's natural way to signify that we are hungry. And it's usually a slow and gradual process over a few hours where you may realize that you're hungry because your stomach rumbles or you feel a sensation in your gut that's like, oh, I need to eat. Whereas emotional hunger usually comes in and slaps you in the face and it's like, I need this food. And it's almost this intense fixation to have that food or else. So what does it look like to respond to emotional hunger and physical hunger? Usually when it's emotional hunger, we don't let the natural signals of like, I'm full, stop us. We eat until we are overfull, until we feel sick. What we're trying to do is to fill a void or to numb or to distract or detract from our feelings. And we're doing that with food. And it's a coping mechanism. I've been there. It's something I still have to be aware of today. It's not like something that we just switch off. But being aware and bringing mindfulness to that is actually really, really powerful. Physical hunger, on the other hand, is kind of sticking to the meal that you had planned and you eat until you're full. You feel satisfied, have some water, have a cup of tea, and you just go on about your day. You don't really think about it. You don't, eat more than what you usually would. So let's talk about it. So when someone responds to a emotional or a physical hunger, there's usually some afterthought. And with the emotions will kick in. And this is usually where we are riddled with guilt, shame. Like, how did I just do this again? Why can't I control myself? Oh, I hate myself. Why can't I just not eat this? And it's those feelings of self-hate and shame that just create this really unhelpful cycle. So if you are here, if you have experienced this recently, I'll just urge you to be kind to yourself, forgive yourself. Having that awareness is really empowering because you can identify that emotional hunger and really tune into your emotions. With the physical hunger, you eat your meal and carry on. You're not stuck in a pity party or self-sabotage because it was a meal that you needed for your body to carry out its functions for the day, to satisfy a basic human need, which was hunger. There are no feelings of guilt attached to that. So it just keeps it simple. So that is the difference between emotional and physical hunger. And it is really important. I actually saw something on Instagram which made it so clear to me. In a moment of a craving, choose a fruit or a meal that is pretty basic, but is something that you would have when you're hungry and you would happily eat it. So for me, this might be, a chicken stir fry, honey soy salmon with rice. Like that is a meal that, pretty bang on. That's something that I would really enjoy. In a moment of a craving, when I really just want chips or toast or cereal, I'm not going to eat that salmon. All I want is the high sugar and carbs to fill that emotional void or that emotional hunger response. So it's even just taking an extra minute to pause and ask yourself, am I truly hungry? And if I am, I would go and eat the usual meal that I would, or I would snack on an apple or a banana, whatever it is, or is it emotional? And the clue is hidden in whether you would eat your normal meals or you are craving something else. Welcome to Lily's pajama series. That is so cheesy, but is essentially what we're trying to do is to fill a void or to numb or to distract or detract from our feelings.